Hey, this is Matsan and welcome to our
Matsan channel.
Yay! Look what we bought.
It's R2D2.
It's R2.
Original
was watching Star Wars 4. She fell asleep.
Like every episode.
Like every episode, but she likes it anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. What is the thing that we are going to talk about today?
Today it's gonna be about culture, and we want to talk about how it's gonna be like if you live in Taiwan.
And then we're gonna talk about Poland, but it's
In
the
the
next
next
episode.
episode.
About Taiwan. When you first land there, what would you see?
Airport.
What was my first impression about Taiwan was that the smell of the air is completely different than in Poland. But I'm not sure about other countries, at least in Europe it didn't smell like that. When I came to Taiwan first, I saw that the air
It's more humid.
is very humid and it smells like some wet barbecue. I would explain this in this way. And the humidity of this air is so much. That was my first impression. Second impression, everything is so green. Everything was very green. Even the parts of the road were green because of some flowers going on through summer, and that was my impression when I first see it. What would you say?
Well, it actually suits how it should be as Taiwan, because we are in semi-tropical island. So of course it's all sea or water surrounding us, so that's why the air is so humid. But you know, I'm born there, so the only thing is like when I come to Europe, I feel like, oh, the air is more dry. But when I am in Taiwan, I wouldn't feel like, oh, there's this smell of food in the air, because I'm used to it.
Okay, in Europe you didn't really feel any smell, right?
No, there's no smell. Only the air is more dry, and I know many Asians cannot get used to it, but I'm okay with that.
They are buying, many Asians here, as I can see, they are buying humidity machine. They're just like. The other thing is about the transportation itself. I would like to say that transportation is good.
It's good.
Like road system, perfectly fine. They're very flat. When I came back from the airport, immediately we took a bus.
Shuttle bus from the airport to the nearest high-speed train station.
And I have to say the buses are with some cute colors. Many of them are with some flowers.
Yeah.
Many of them are with this very Turkish blue color. I saw it many times as well. Also, the next thing what we really took is the high-speed train. And that thing is really amazing about the Taiwan. Actually, there is a high-speed train connecting the north to the south. Yeah. So you can basically in 1.5 hours or 2 hours, around like that, you can cross the whole Taiwan from the southest point, not southest, but south point, to the north point, through many main cities. Yeah. And I have to say that is my another impression, that it's hard to understand what I will say right now, but when we are driving, it was actually a night. And when we were going, when we were going there to her hometown, it looks very creepy, but elegant at the same time. Every cities at night, this is such a weird. I mean, like, I don't know. Like you are listening to some Pink Floyd, and it's very weird feeling. So very nice impression.
A bit Gotham City, but like very neon.
I would say they all look like smaller Tokyo, those cities. And I was very impressed by one city, which is
Shinjuku.
Yeah, and she said there is nothing to do in there.
I mean, no offense.
Well, I like it, so I'm not saying anything. I was like, wow, so many towers. It looks very nice because I like towers. And she's like, but they just famous because of IT, and that's it. Don't go there.
Kind of.
She said, don't go there. It's a bad city.
I didn't say that.
Yes. Then when you see those cities in the daytime, looks completely fine.
Well organized.
Well organized, but on the road you will see something very funny because it's very crazy. There's the cars and everything. Transportation is at the same time, but I mean it's well built, but it's crazy. Maybe you can say why it's crazy.
So we have scooters, as you know, and people on the scooters don't really like to follow the rules on the street. I mean, especially if you're outside the city or in the smaller city or in the town, there are many those grandpas and grandmas, they even just go to the opposite direction as it should be, or they turn left, they turn right, they don't follow the lights, because police sometimes they don't really catch you that much. Yeah, they're not so strict to people. So it's more like European are very following the rules. You even stop for those walking people, for those zebra crossing line. Sometimes we don't. We just
and then sometimes just cars are just going, and you have to somehow squeeze into.
Yeah, you need to find this lag between cars, and then you can cross the street between that.
Yeah, I think in China that's already banned. Like many of those motorcycles are banned in the huge cities. In Taiwan, no, not at all, nothing like that. So you see many of them. It's very convenient, very fun.
Convenient.
I had an experience with that. We almost crashed.
No, we didn't crash. It was just a bitch.
and it was fun. I like it a lot. But you have to be very careful on the road many times.
Yeah, like in my life, I had 2 car accidents. Yeah, I mean, I'm still okay, as you can see, but I feel like the percentage of having car accident per person is higher in Asia, because we have so many crazy situations and transportation there.
But it's fun.
But it is really fun, and it gives you a better skill on the street, I would say.
Now about food. The food industry in Taiwan is
prosperous.
Powerful. It's very huge.
Yeah.
Their life is based on food. Everything is connected to food.
I would even say generally this whole Chinese culture, we do everything based on food.
Yeah.
Party based on food.
Now when I'm taking the phone and when I'm looking at the Facebook, I see her mom, her sister, and so on. Food. All the pictures are about food or going out to eat something. The food, very nice types of food, very many variety. You see many tanks that they put the animals there, like those fish, sea animals, seafood, and then you can choose and you can eat them directly, which I find very cruel.
It's not cruel, come on.
Yeah, it's funny. Anyway.
We eat rabbit.
Yeah.
What do we usually eat? Because like you guys eat mostly potato and kasha, and we eat, as you could imagine, we eat rice, noodles mostly.
What I find very convenient in Taiwan, that many of those restaurants, they don't ask you, what can I do for you, what would you like to eat? No, they just give you the menu, and you just tick it out. What do you want? This one, double time, this one, and then you give it
to the cashier.
There, yeah. Also, people don't pay tips.
We don't pay tips.
I saw they don't pay tips, and sometimes very angry many times that I'm paying big tips in Europe, because they just don't at all. Tips are included already with the food,
overall
and
price.
They are given as a salary to
waiter, waitress.
Yeah.
Usually in the restaurant they charge you 10% as the service fee. So that's why, I mean, we know in Europe you don't do it in this way. We know that we should pay tips proactively, but sometimes I'm like, okay, just a small tip. The service is not good, so maybe no tip. For me, it's this kind of mindset. I'm not saying everybody's like this.
Also, where do people eat? Mostly in those restaurants.
Yeah.
Basically, restaurants. The students don't even usually have any kind of kitchen in the room.
Many times in the dormitory or the place you rent near the university, it's without the kitchen, because as we mentioned, food industry is very prosperous there, so you can just go out and spend like a really small amount of money, and you can have great meal. So it's even more convenient than cooking at home. So that's why many of us don't have the skill to know how to cook as a student. And even after you graduate, like me, I don't know how to cook.
So sad.
But like even family, because I think you guys tend to stay at home and eat at home.
Many times. I mean, right now because of her, we just usually eat outside. But yes, I mean, in Poland, many those rooms have already the kitchen. You can prepare your own food.
Of course, many families, they are still very traditional and they cook at home. But I think as a proportion, we still eat way more outside than staying at home.
Oh, that was crazy when I first came there, and they already took me to the night market. And of course the night market is full of those food and everything. No strict about the food. I didn't get any poison.
Yeah.
They were perfectly fine. Very
Free
good.
market.
Very nice.
You know, every mom knows how to cook, so it's very popular that many families just start their own restaurant, even a small one. You just rent like a shop. You just rent the space and you can already start the business. Yeah, it's not like you have to apply for so many rules and the tax and so on. So
I think the rules and stuff is basically about those huge companies, and if you want to make also the same in China, right? If you want to have your own business, a small business, it's
way easier.
They rather just pretend they didn't see, right?
Could say so. So even my family, my grandma used to own like a restaurant, my mom as well, and even some drinks shop. So it's very easy to start a business there.
The other thing is the law. About the law, it's harder in Taiwan. I mean, it's more strict in Taiwan about some things. You should basically, if you are a fan of drugs, I recommend do not
do it there.
Do not do it there. Do not even try to do it there. And really, many Asian countries are very strict about those, about this marijuana and other things. Just rather don't if you don't want to be in any kind of trouble. This also guns. I think the guns are also pretty hard to access to that. About drugs, you say
it's not even popular.
It's not even popular. Yeah, it's like in Europe, many those students they do the smoking marijuana and stuff like that. Even if it's illegal, anyways, it's not really that harsh.
It's not harsh and it's not that hard to get those drugs.
Yeah, and in Taiwan,
even when the first day I arrived to Poland, the friends are already offering me like, maybe you want to join the party, we have some pots there. I was like, what? That's shocking.
Okay, and you also said that it's not really that popular. And also, if people who are really taking it in Taiwan, they are already like
the low class.
The lowest class mostly.
Those pimp, hookers, like really at the bottom of the society, the edge.
The edge. About alcohol, you can drink it legally. They still have some alcohol there, and also you can drink on the street everywhere basically. Everywhere you can drink on the street, but it's funny that not so many people are doing it. Actually, I didn't even see a single person doing it. Like it is possible, but people are just not drinking really.
Very soon we are gonna make the second episode, and you're gonna see it down there.
Woohoo! So see you guys next time.
Very soon.
Bye bye.
Cheers.